Okay, so you know how we love to take a deep dive into all things fascinating?
Oh, yeah. Always up for a good deep dive.
Well, today we're tackling a topic that's both playful and insightful.
Sounds intriguing already.
It is, right?
It.
We're looking at this fun article. It's called, Why Do Leos Always Think They're the Main Character? A Zodiac Roast with Love.
Haha. Okay, Leos, the
I
main
know.
characters.
Exactly. We're going to unpack some of those Leo stereotypes, the ones.
Oh, I think we all do.
But we're going beyond just the surface and looking at it through an astrological
So, like,
lens.
digging into what actually makes a Leo.
Right. Like, are they really all about the drama? Is it all just for show? Or is there something deeper there?
I love that approach, getting past the stereotypes and looking at the astrological roots.
Exactly. So to kick things off, that title itself, why do Leos always think they're the main character? It's funny, right? But it also kind of hits a nerve.
It definitely plays on something we see in pop culture a lot.
Like this whole idea of main character energy that's become so popular.
Yeah, and Leos are often the poster child for that.
Right. And I think a lot of people probably know a Leo who kind of fits that mold, right? The life of
Yeah.
the party, always in the spotlight.
Definitely, but astrologically speaking, there's actually some interesting stuff to unpack there.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, Leos are ruled by the sun, right? And the sun is all about vitality, self-expression, leadership.
Makes sense. The sun, the center of the solar system.
Exactly. And then their ruling house, the fifth house, is associated with creativity, playfulness, and yes, even drama.
Oh, wow. So there's like a connection to the spotlight built right into their astrological DNA.
Kind of, yeah. But it's not necessarily about being an attention seeker.
Okay, so what is it about then?
Think of it more like a natural inclination to shine, to express themselves fully.
So like they're just naturally more comfortable putting themselves out there,
Yeah, and there's this whole nature versus nurture debate.
right? Like how much is astrology and how much is just, how you're raised?
Exactly, and it's interesting to consider things like birth order, for example.
Oh, that's a good point. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, studies have shown that birth order can influence personality.
So how does that relate to Leos?
Well, a lot of Leos actually turn out to be the eldest sibling.
Interesting. So they might have that early experience of being the center of attention.
Exactly, and you combine that with their astrological predisposition for self-expression, and it's kind of like a recipe for, someone who's comfortable taking center stage.
Hmm. Makes total sense. But we got to talk about the roast part of this article, right?
Yeah.
Leos definitely get teased a lot for their, shall we say, dramatic tendencies.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But remember, it's a roast with love.
True, true. It's all in good fun.
It's more about playfully highlighting those over-the-top, attention-grabbing tendencies that Leos sometimes have.
Right, like a little nudge to maybe take themselves a little less seriously sometimes.
Exactly. And the article does a good job of that, pointing out both the positive and potentially challenging aspects of those Leo traits.
Yeah, I think that's important because every sign has its quirks, right? Geminis could be indecisive, Scorpio's intense, Virgo's perfectionistic.
Absolutely, and it's all about balance.
Leos just happen to be the ones who love the limelight a little more than others.
Right, they're the ones who wear their hearts on their sleeves and aren't afraid to go after what they want.
Totally. Okay, so we've talked about stereotypes, we've talked about astrological influences, but at the end of the day, how much can we really attribute to a sun sign?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, astrology can be fun.
Oh, for sure. I love reading my horoscope.
Me too. But it's important to remember it's just one piece of the puzzle.
Like, it's not the be-all and end-all of who you are.
Exactly. Individual experiences, upbringing, personal choices, all of that plays a huge role.
Right. You can't just box someone in based on their zodiac sign.
Totally agree. There are confident, outgoing people born under every sign.
And shy, introverted ones, too.
Exactly. This deep dive is all about appreciating that complexity of human personality.
And not falling into those easy stereotypes.
Right, because when we do that, we miss out on seeing the individual.
That's such a good point. It makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, how often do we judge others, or even ourselves, based on these broad astrological strokes?
All the time, probably without even realizing it. This is a good reminder to be more mindful.
Totally. So, to wrap things up, what's the big takeaway for our listeners today?
I think it's about recognizing the power of astrology, but also its limitations.
Like, it can give us insights, but it doesn't define us.
Exactly. The next time you encounter a Leo, instead of assuming they're all about the drama and attention, take a moment to see the individual beyond the sun sign.
I love that. See the person, not just the stereotype.
Right. Because maybe they're just a genuinely enthusiastic person who loves to share their light with the world.
And hey, maybe you'll even end up enjoying the show. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Leos. Until next time, keep those minds open and those stars aligned.